fucking knock anymore?
Welcome. I can hear myself. There we are. Perfect. Welcome to the Ray Hyclak Show, the only weekly podcast where you want to keep it on. It's the time. Today we got a big show, big long show, because we got so much to talk about. John Cena's last match last night, UFC last card of the year, and boy did it show. I will also be talking about my streaming plans for 2026 going into the new year of UFC, Paramount Plus, ESPN Plus, getting all the WWE content, so much more. Oh boy, it's been a busy week, forgetting shit left and right. It's been fun. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Hopefully you guys watched. And real quick, I want to say thank you to the people that watched and subscribed last night during my, I want to say it was 5-hour long live stream I did on all the platforms. Went from professional wrestling, John Cena's last match, to the UFC final card of the year. I wanted to call both. Luckily, we met some goals for that as well, so I was able to do that. Let me bring my news stories up. We got so much to talk about today, and I think the first thing we'll talk about that obviously happened was what happened? Oh, yeah, no, I know exactly what happened, but I just wanted to have a little fun with it. But Saturday night's main event happened this past weekend. Tried to get some people on for the to talk about John Cena's last match, and I got to tell you, you saw me tear up on stream last night because it was a bit of a bittersweet moment. You know, a guy I loved to fucking hate on, a guy that I booed a lot, will admit that, retired in John Cena last night at Saturday night's main event. And Saturday night's main event was what it was. It wasn't a barn burner. It somewhat finished some angles and all that kind of stuff. Kept a few fresh ones going. Let's bring this up. I'm trying to fucking bring all my news stories up. What is this? Let's see what this is. That one. We're not gonna do that one. We'll probably do that one right before New Year's, because that's when I'll also, by the way, be here for come on, Sportspedia. What is this? All right, now I gotta just look for that. Fuck yourself. Come on. I love when I need this, although I really didn't give myself that much time. I was out at dinner with my girlfriend and her family and her coworkers. Um, there we are. Oh no, what is this? Why did it get taken down? Okay, fuck that too, I guess. We'll find the fucking stories as we go. Let me see. I got a couple more that I want to go through here. All right, boom, boom. That one. What is this? Ah, yes. Oh, what? It's no longer. It's no. Oh, what is this bullshit, dude? Okay. Well, that sucks. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Totally forgot what I was gonna say. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, yeah, John Cena's last match. 23 years in the WWE. I was drunkenly going over it on the stream last night, and yeah, man, it was definitely a tearjerker for sure. Very very happy for John Cena to be going and not really being uh uh one of those guys that sticks around forever. Oop, my God. Trying to get This is why I need a producer, kids. Doesn't really, he didn't overstay his welcome. You're seeing how the sausage. This is going to be a rough Sunday. Just to let you guys know, it's almost the end of the year. I'm unemployed. I got nothing going on, but I should be fixing this hair of mine. It's horrible right now. Just absolute dog water crap. Let's push that. There we go. Nope, didn't work, but whatever. All right, we got. Oh, what is this? Pimple? Yeah. Oh my God. My knuckles are cracking because it's so cold. Having moisturized. Oh, today is just. And I got to see my girlfriend a bunch, hang out with her, hang out with her family, which I like. A little off topics today, but we'll get back to John Cena here in a sec. John Cena, obviously, 23 years in the WWE, 25 years in professional wrestling before his last match last night. And I got to tell you guys, if you're mad, you just aren't going to be a happy person in professional wrestling. Like you got to kind of resign yourself at this point to not being a Dave Meltzer dick rider. You just can't do that. Second of all, he wasn't going to win that match. Brock may win his match in Minneapolis at SummerSlam. It's when he's saying he might retire. We've seen that. But, I mean, again, John Cena in his 40s, not really, a spring chicken anymore, almost 50. He's not going to be wrestling forever. Anybody that got mad over the result doesn't realize that actually helps Gunther, even though the fans already think he's a star. Don't get me wrong, but this was Gunther's sort of way to make everything happen in the WWE. Is you gotta sacrifice the lamb sometimes to make it perfect, and it was perfect. Great night. Javon Davis and Slater were great. Those guys are young talents that I'm going to be very excited to see what they do. The women's match, it was okay. But Bailey losing was definitely not seen by me in the slightest. What is going on? This is so weird, kids. Like, what's going on? Like, everything I'm trying to use is just telling me to go fuck myself. And I don't understand why. Like, this is so strange to me. Might also be my internet slow as balls today. Who knows, dude? Like, I want results from fucking the UFC card because that's the next thing we'll talk about. And then get into the news stories. Yeah, and what really like people were kind of getting upset about was Cody versus Obafemi. And I got to tell you, what more did you need? What more did you want from that? Honestly, like, what more did you want from that match? Because they couldn't have Obafemi just beat Cody Rhodes. You needed a foil. You needed somebody to be the person to, not lose, and both guys champions in their own brand. You just can't have that. You just can't. You cannot have that. What you can do is have Drew McIntyre come in and further a storyline between him and Cody Rhodes for the WWE title. That works. Worked very well. I was like, oh, okay, this is how they're gonna do it. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't like, oh my god, this is the greatest fucking thing ever. But it was a good match. And yeah, like I said, the highlight of it was the tag team match for sure. For sure, it was the tag team match. And it honestly, like, I couldn't ask for a better thing. Oh god, there we are. Tapology. All right, where is it? Right here. You're slow as balls too. Oh man, who's really gonna watch that fucking fight between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul? Honestly, who's gonna watch that fight? I don't see anybody. Oh boy. There we are. I don't want that ad, kind sir. Wow, this is making my shit slow as fuck, man. Let's go to UFC events. Let's go back. There we are. Boom. All right. So after I did the UFC or the WWE event for John Cena being a retired douchebag now, we went over to thing, and I'm gonna bring in Tapology here. Where let's go to my screen shares tab, and we'll break down the UFC fights. All right. So I watched the main card for Main Card Madness. And Manel Kape KO'd Brandon Royval in the first round. And I didn't think that was going to happen. And then that punches, or after he got nailed pretty hard by Kape, and then Kape swarmed him, Herb Dean didn't have any other choice, any other choice of being of letting this fight go, especially since Royval went limp after he got swarmed. I mean, he got fucked up by Manel Kape. Like, that was great finish to a very meh card. Very meh card. That was not this card. I would give it out of 10, probably a 4. It didn't. At least the main card by itself, I didn't enjoy the main card at all outside of 3 of these fights, and they were all TKOs. Vallejo's spinning backfist, fucking KO of Giga Chikadze. That came from the basement, and actually, I ate my words with this fight. I ate my words completely when I was breaking down this fight. The fight before it was fucking boring as balls. Wasn't much going on in the second or third to last fight, but the co-main event luckily picked up any kind of momentum that was lost after the feature fight on the card. Miguel Costa got a head kick KO. The Dalmatian got his shit together and ended up getting the victory in the first round. It was awesome. The Kennedy Njoku versus Marcus Buchecha fight ended in a draw, which how Buchecha was winning that fight. Buchecha was winning that fight. He was pulling guard like a motherfucker, like an idiot Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy who's still new to the MMA game, but he still was, I thought won the fight. I really did. I honestly thought that the loss of the point that Herb Dean took was actually going to be the catalyst for Buchecha's victory. I gotta move that camera. There we are. A little bit more here. There we are. Perfect. But at the same time, I don't know what the judges were fucking watching. Granted, Kennedy was stuffing a lot of the takedowns, ending up on top, but Buchecha was trying for submissions, trying to get out of it. Bobby King Green, he wound up winning. Congratulations to him on the curtain jerker. Neil Magny loses. I didn't see that fight. But yeah, Neil Magny lost, and he's probably going to be done. If not, he'll probably get cut and move to the PFL or combat karate, whichever one he wants to do. But yeah, Neil Magny, I think it's time for him to kind of step away. I didn't watch a lot of this card. I watched the fatty knockout, so that was kind of cool. But all in all, not a great way to end the year. It did end with a KO at least. But yeah, it was just not a good time for any of it. I was bored for a lot of it. You can go back and watch the stream. It's on Rumble, it's on YouTube, it's on Facebook. It sucked. Oh no, it wasn't on Rumble, but it sucked. It was not good. Not good at all. But what are you gonna do? Honestly, what the hell are you gonna do? Let me bring myself back here, and I do want to talk. I'm uncomfortable in where my mic position is. I do want to talk about the 2026 live stream schedule for pro wrestling and MMA, anything really that goes on. I'm gonna dedicate nights to them if they interest me, but I will be doing a lot more UFC because of Paramount Plus, including the fight nights and the numbered events. All the numbered events, all 14 of them or 13, whatever we're getting, because we're getting 2 in January. Dana had to do 2 in January. I will be doing them all, the numbered events, live as they happen, full on commentary, full on everything. You will not miss a bell with me here on Main Card Madness, the Ray Hyclak show. We'll be talking about all that crap. And definitely going to try and do every single pay-per-view. Unless I have a show that night, I will do the main card. But if I don't have a comedy show, and I will book myself to not be on Saturday when the UFC is on. I will not go do a comedy show. I want to dedicate myself to this because I enjoy doing this a lot. I enjoy having fun looking into the camera and telling you guys what's going on, and you guys joining in the chat as always live for the UFC. So numbered events in 2026, including USA 250. I've been saying it for a while now. I do not see UFC 250 or USA 250, the UFC card at the White House, happening in 2026 as planned. I think they're going to move it to the Capital One Arena. They're going to move it to Baltimore. They could move it anywhere in the country, but I don't see them doing a thing at the White House. The security is way too insane, and a terrorist attack could happen. Just if they do want it to happen, they're going to do it for UFC 250 or USA 250. And I got to tell you, if Dana thinks that's a good idea, then he's more greedy than I thought he was. But like, you can't endanger like 20,000 in that place in the Capitol Center or in the Capital One Arena. I am for that because you can secure the outer perimeter for miles around that and make sure nobody comes in or out because you're going to have diplomats there. And I don't see a card on the White House lawn and then supposedly 85,000 people. 85,000 people supposedly in the mall or whatever. I do not see USA 250 happen. I just don't. We'll talk about that more at the end of the year show here on all platforms. But yeah, if you're a UFC fan, you like live stream reactions to UFC fights, this is going to be your home in 2026 if you follow it. If you enjoy what I've done so far, come and hang out with me live every single UFC card starting January 24th. January 24th, 2026 will be the first main card madness of the year. It'll be the probably one of the biggest productions I'm going to put on because I've got some ideas. I tested some stuff out last night during the John Cena card that will allow me to be able to make the stream look a lot better, look a lot more professional, look a lot more, presentable as what a live stream sports presentation would be. That's where we're going to go with 2026. WWE events, honestly, we're probably going to shoot for the big four. So Royal Rumble, even though it's in Saudi Arabia in January, I will buy that. I will be live streaming the whole event, the whole 3-hour event from Saudi Arabia. They announced it last night, and I don't know why they're selling tickets. I don't see why people would want to go to that. I honestly don't. I don't get how people would want to travel, and it's expensive. Like the air or Emirates flights are fucking not cheap. So if you're thinking people are going to travel to Riyadh when they're already having massive money issues too, I don't see it happening in Saudi Arabia, or this will be the last probably WWE event for a while until something else pops up where the Saudis want, another title or something thrown in their way, to make it look like the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is actually doing something, even though their public fund right now is completely fucking drained because they gave their fucking people things. And it's a whole, they're building these dumb ideas. The I think it was called the line. There was going to be some kind of futuristic fucking thing. Their public funds are running out. So these ghost towns are going to start popping up. And I honestly think there's going to be a financial collapse in the Middle East here soon. So because once the Saudis go and the rest of the royal families run out of cash, or somebody invades UAE, it's going to be a fucking nightmare because there's going to be no money. There's going to be no money. I mean, they bought EA supposedly for trillions of dollars, and they can't pay that. There's been all kinds of different things being said, especially online, but who knows what's real anymore. But again, I hate the fact that they're taking the Royal Rumble to Saudi Arabia, to Riyadh. It's any kind of thing like that is not worth the time or the effort if you're going to travel. I mean, they should have just done it in Bakersfield, and we would have drawn a better crowd because it's going to be all people that are there for free. They're not going to make the money. Citizens, I think it's free to get into Riyadh season. So we'll see what that is. WrestleMania in Las Vegas. We'll be doing that. Both nights we'll be doing those. And hopefully you guys will be for that. Then we'll do SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Will be the other parts of the big four we do here on the Ray Hyclak show for live reactions. So right now, next fight live reaction will be January 24th. And we'll talk more about certain MMA things over time. But for right now, the year's over for combat sports. So we're looking forward. I'll watch the Jake Paul fight on replay somewhere so I can understand what the fuck why this fight even is taking place at heavyweight. Makes no sense. And AJ's gonna knock the shit out of Jake Paul. If he doesn't deserve a shot at Tyson Fury, and Tyson should just retire at that point. If he ends up getting knocked out like he did against Andy Ruiz, or TKO'd, we could still do it because that was kind of a weird stoppage, but it happens. But I love Andy for winning the title, so that's always a good thing. When you have a new heavyweight champion out of the fucking blue, that's what sports is about. So we'll be doing those for 2025 or 2026. Let me go to Dana White here. Francis Ngannou. All right. Yeah. Oh man, what a day. What a fucking day. You know who is having a bad fucking year, speaking of combat sports? It's Francis Ngannou, man. Like, Francis, I sort of, at this point, feel bad for Francis Ngannou. Do I feel fully bad for Francis Ngannou? Fuck no. Why? He did this to himself. He did this to himself, and he tried to think he was a bigger star because Dana and this is a big thing I've kind of had a problem with Dana with for a long time, and that's like his inability to see where the real stars are, where the fans' hearts are, and where everybody else kind of goes and says, "Oh no, I want to go into this market now. I want to go in to a market." A couple years ago, Francis Ngannou was undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world. He beat Stipe Miocic, an aging old Stipe Miocic, and then sat on the belt for a year. If you didn't follow the story, go to Bro Plata. It was the old channel that I used to do a podcast on. We did an entire breakdown, and I made the prediction, by the way, made the prediction back then that that would be the last time we saw Francis Ngannou in a UFC cage ever again. And I have been proven right more because on this show, again, I am never wrong. I'm misinformed. I can be underinformed. I can be I can easily correct things, but I'm never wrong because I have a microphone in my face and I fucking, this is my show. I can say that because again, we can come back with follow-ups, we can do all the kind of crazy shit, but I'm never wrong on this show. Never. And I want all of you to be okay with that, to know that I am never wrong. So we established. But Francis did probably, and pro wrestlers have done this in the past, and it never really worked out for them. The Ultimate Warrior comes to mind. Held Vince McMahon up at SummerSlam 1991, I believe, against the Iron Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter, and held Vince up for money before going out there. And Francis basically did that. Francis Ngannou, whoever Francis's team is of lawyers and agents and all these people, really never gave him a reality check. Really never gave him the idea that he is not worth the money he thinks he's worth. And also, no matter what, and we've all learned this through a lot of things, but if you watch pro wrestling, you watch MMA, you can't fuck over a promoter like that. Hold his belt hostage for a year, by the way. For a year, he did this. Offered John Jones. Offered Tom Aspinall. Offered all these fights, but wanted to get more money and then try to babyface his way. Francis took the shotgun, placed it on his toe, and pulled the trigger and wondered why his foot exploded. Like, that's what this is. Because boxers have been stripped of belts after weeks of having them. Just because they didn't, Bud Crawford is no longer undisputed champion. I think the WBC removed his championship from him because he didn't pay some kind of silly fucking dues or something. Like, who the fuck are you that mad he beat Canelo? Seriously? Are you that pissy that he beat Canelo Alvarez? But what Francis did was dumb. Like, Francis could have been the biggest star in the UFC, but he put the cart before the horse and expected the horse to pick up the hay behind it. Like, he had no earthly idea, which he should have. Again, it's on his management. I honestly, I blame Francis for 25% of this. If I'm going to give it a number, 25% of this is Francis's fault because he fucked up and trusted the wrong people and trusted himself too much. Trusted himself way too fucking much here because, I mean, sure. And we can bring a bunch of the, fighter pay and all this crap. Which that's a bullshit argument too. Like, that comes from people who don't follow the business side of this, who don't understand real production, who don't understand what the pricing of renting out arenas is, deposits, all that shit. And they just think that all business, and I've said it on this fucking thing before, that all business is the same. It's not. It's not. And this is a totally different kind of business because it's run almost weekly. It's shown on one platform. It's not shown on multiples. And the production costs are pretty insane. And I think for the end of the year, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna look up on a few AI sources and a few actual like legitimate sources how much annually the UFC spends what its operational budget disclosed is. And don't give me the whole thing of like, well, they hide money and they don't pay fighters enough. Boxing has never paid the lower level guys that much. Okay. And you got to tell me, you can't tell me with the problems ONE FC has had, Bellator, Strike Force, Elite XC, that Ultimate Fighters League or whatever that hasn't got off the fucking thing and they asked the fighters to fight for free. Dana operates on a fucking shoestring at this point, and he gambles a lot of his personal fucking wealth. Not my fault he does that, but the fighter pay argument died when all of these organizations that back the fucking Brinks truck up to try and get these big stars in totally just fuck themselves out of ever contending with the UFC. Because you can't. You should be your own entity and be your own identity. But everybody tries to do what Dana did and realizes, oh, fuck, there's only one Uncle or Scrooge McDuck, Uncle Fester, who runs mixed martial arts because he's been running mixed martial arts for over 20 some years now. So don't give me the fucking fighter pay thing. Francis tried to hide behind the fighter pay argument and still enriched himself, but gave guys $1 million. Big fucking whoop, to be honest. He probably made more with Tyson Fury. He made like maybe 5-6 million. Tyson got the rest because he's a former world champion. And Francis still lost that fight and then went. And I honestly, when he said he wanted to come back to the UFC, AJ scrambled his fucking brain. Because for over a year, he was shit-talking Dana. He was shit-talking the UFC. When that company gave him a regular paycheck instead of him being a sand miner in Africa, he's on the biggest stage ever, and he fucked up. So let's go read this story. Dana White relieved to remove Francis Ngannou from UFC. Dana White holds a strong grudge towards former UFC heavyweight champion and fighter Francis Ngannou. The animosity stems from disrespectful encounters shared with one another. Not surprised. Apparently, Dana White was pushed by the Cameroonian fighter not giving him a $50,000 fight bonus, but for not arranging for him for a private jet to Paris. My God. Moreover, there's serious negotiation disparities that forced Francis to leave the organization and pursue other options like the PFL, which, again, not impressed with what he was doing, and boxing, where he lost both fights. Some reports indicated that Ngannou could have been the highest paid heavyweight fighter in UFC history. He declined all offers that came to him. But he declined all offers that came his way, guys. You're the UFC champion. Once you get a couple victories and Dana likes you, then you can pull this shit. Conor McGregor did it, and Conor owns part of BKFC now because he's fucking rich, and Dana wanted to work with him. Francis was just hard to work with. If an opportunity showed to rehire the heavyweight giant, Dana White said gladly pass because having Francis was more of a burden than business. Let's watch this video real quick.
When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Believe them. And this guy has shown. So he's going in to fight Stipe Miocic in Boston. And he knows he's going to fucking kill Stipe, right? So after the press conference...
First of all, you did. But fuck you, because Stipe all day.
We're walking down this hallway, and he comes over to me, and he grabs me. And he says, let me tell you what's going to happen. His English is fucking great, okay? No language barrier whatsoever. When this fight's over, you're going to book me a private plane to Paris. And I said...
What? Let's hear that again.
Private plane to Paris. And I said... I laughed and said, oh, yeah. He goes, I'm not joking. You're going to book me a private plane to Paris. So, okay. So we go our own ways. Stipe Miocic beats the fucking shit out of him. Beats the shit out of him.
Okay, wait.
So that ended.
Okay. So this is when Stipe manhandled him. This is the first time he's talking about that. I thought this was the second time when they were fighting each other for the title and Francis beat him. Although I think that was at the thing, but for this Stipe dog walked him for 5 rounds.
That whole conversation. He had just fought, and he comes up to my office, and he's in the hallway or whatever, hanging out. And I said, "Come on in. What's going on?" And he was pissed off that he didn't get a $50,000 bonus in his last fight. That he didn't get the bonus of the night. And I said, "Well, Francis, you didn't get it because this, that." And he's in my office and he's arguing with me, and I'm like, "Yeah." This guy got this guy got that, and this is why. So the conversation's over. I'm starting to leave, and he grabs me by my shirt.
Fuck.
And like pushes me back in my office. And I said, dude, get your fucking hands off me.
Those were the words that came out of you when Francis Ngannou grabbed you by the shirt?
Yeah.
Wow.
And,
Schultz is like...
I would have been like, I hated this shirt. It's too tight.
Well, it's like...
Snuggle me, this shirt.
But it's no... I could see in this guy's face and in his eyes and in the way he's acting who this guy really fucking is.
Yeah.
You know? And, then my guy Hunter... They were talking about something. It might even have been the same thing. And when Hunter started to walk away, Francis grabbed him by the fucking back of his collar and fucking pulled him back. Said, "We're not done talking yet."
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, what a trash human being. I'm so glad, dude. Like, he is Francis Ngannou. And then there's this with fucking Andrew Tate. I don't even know why they put that. That's funny. Let's take time to add some humor. Yeah, agreed. That's how I would have reacted for that. But yeah, Dana should have fucking just fired him right there. I mean, absolutely fired him after that. He would have went to 1, been the 1 heavyweight champion, and nobody would have fucking heard from this idiot again. The face of a man who is just stupid. And there have been a lot of fighters in the past who have had his attitude, and where are they now? A lot of them went to different leagues, didn't have championship success, thought they were the shit, thought they were draws without Dana, and it ended up nobody gave a fuck. And Francis is another guy like that. Francis, to me, if we're going to look at a guy and look at one of the biggest shitheads in the history of this sport, a sport I've been watching for over 20 years now. Francis Ngannou probably will go. I guarantee you, if Dana saw Tito and Francis, he would kiss Tito on the face at this point, probably. Probably. I'm not saying he would do it, but it's one of those things where, like, Dana did the right thing by not re-signing this shitbag. Like, he should not have signed him back. And again, he went on to be a flash in the pan outside of the UFC. Everybody wanted. I bought the pay-per-view when Francis and Tyson Fury fought. I thought that Francis was actually going to win that fight from everything I was watching. Thank God the judges sucked that night in Riyadh. But all in all, the whole entire idea that this dummy thought he was going to get what he wanted. And Dana, to his credit, told him to go fuck himself. And he should have. So good on Dana for that. And I'm glad that he kind of stood up to this fucking bully. And we no longer have to really deal with Francis Ngannou. And he thought he was going to get the John Jones fight. He had, by the way, the John Jones fight. Had it in the fucking bag. In the bag. And he just poured the contents of said bag out on Dana's desk and took a shit on it. He was gonna headline UFC 285. That's the thing. I could have seen John Jones dominate Francis Ngannou at UFC 285. But what did Francis do? Had to open his fucking yap. Had to try to get money out of a guy who squeezes a nickel till a buffalo will fart. And you just, why? Why would you have this attitude? If I was in the UFC and I was close to being a champion, not only, and you can call me a suck up, you can call me whatever, I'd get what I want out of Dana because I'm just working with him to get to where I need to be. But Francis knew better than a lot of people. Just how it is. It's sad. It's fucking sad. But again, we're going to probably, in the next 10 years, there'll be articles written. There'll be probably some ebooks written because nobody's writing actual books anymore. A lot of AI history books of MMA when it hits its 50th anniversary. And I hope that two big blunders are pointed out. One, it's Dana not promoting Stipe enough and really getting the crowd behind him by showing that he's a former firefighter and all that fun shit. But then to have him be, have to deal with the biggest falling star in the history of mixed martial arts in Francis Ngannou. That's how it should be. All right, let's bring this up because I do want to talk about this because I like Resident Evil, and they announced Resident Evil Requiem at the Gaming Awards, and I kind of want to show off the graphical change between it. So let's bring that up now. I gotta pull that and widescreen it. There we are. I'm going to pull back. I'm going to edit this a little bit here so we can see. Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 9 Requiem has been announced. So I'm going to play this real quick. by the way, if you don't know who this is the daughter of the guy from Resident Evil 6 or Resident Evil 7 and 8. Whenever the first person view ones. I forget her name, but it'll be said here in a sec. Ah! Go back. I love the graphics. The graphic upgrade is huge. I'm a big, big proponent of this. I'm very excited. So let's check this out. Super creepy.
Hello?
That is so fucking cool. Look at that. Look at how like badass. I'm gonna crop in here right quick. Look at that fucking look at that injury. Look at that fucking throat cut down the fucking middle like that. Dude's fucking it's an Umbrella Corporation guy. So we'll watch more.
It hasn't been easy.
Look at
but
this.
After much effort, here we finally are.
I don't like the fact he sounds like the Joker, by the way. I got major Joker vibes.
Who are you?
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
Yeah, dude, that's so sick. I can't wait to figure out what his final, like, boss thing will be, but let's go.
Talk to me. Is this one like the others?
I'm very pumped that we're going back to Raccoon City, too.
And it's not post-mortem lividity. Hey, I just got a report of a missing police officer. It might be unrelated, but he disappeared near where the 5th body was found.
Bring this down a little bit. Oh.
Through you, Elpis can finally be.
Elpis is
free.
Is what they're going to try. That's going to be the new thing, I guess.
The team has settled on a person of interest. Someone with ties to Umbrella. Victor Gideon.
Victor Gideon is the guy, is the villain of RE9 Requiem. I think this is all going to be like a big, from what I'm gathering in this, if you haven't figured it out, they're basically going to take all the HD remakes. They're going to take 7, 8, and 9, or 7, 8, 9, bunch everything together. Hopefully we get some RE4 references. We kind of already have that in the trailer, which I'm excited for. But we'll let's continue.
Grace.
Yeah, Grace was the baby that got stolen in 7, I think.
Victor purchased
the Raccoon City PD.
a building after Umbrella went under. I'll send you the address.
Love it. The mansion.
Welcome. Dr. Gideon has been expecting you.
Look at Leon. He's in the FBI now. Look at our boy. Look at our boy. Look at Leon. Look how awesome he looks, dog. Like I did watch through or play through videos on YouTube watching the 7 and 8 things, because we all forget about 6. Resident Evil 6 sucked. But Resident Evil 7, that the New Orleans Bayou setting was creepy and awesome. Then the big-breasted goth lady that every single fucking e-girl decided to fucking play off of on Halloween every time, cosplay as her, and then you had the witches as well. But now this looks like it's actually going to be more based in lore, which is good.
You there, Leon?
Yeah.
Look at that. I hope we get chase scenes. That'd be fun. Yeah, look at them.
Hey, over here.
And then that giant thing.
Yeah.
I'm
What are
excited.
you doing here? Would you like to see what's hidden under the hood?
Oh, hell
Don't do
yeah.
anything stupid.
Me? Never.
Leon's got an axe. So good. Resident Evil 9. And he got that. I love it. Nice. It's looking like RE4. It's looking like a better RE4. My only thing with RE9 is this will be coming out February 27, 2026. I hope, unlike Ashley in RE4, if there's any companion missions where we're having to escort this broad to different areas, that the AI when the computer takes over for her actually is able to be better than what Ashley was. Because if you remember what Ashley, the president's daughter in RE4 was like, you get this moment. You get this moment of just, you just hate it. I love that game. It's one of my favorite games, RE4. It changed survival horror forever, gave a lot of great moments. But man, Ashley was one of the most annoying things about that game. And luckily now we got Leon, hopefully we'll have Chris Redfield come back as well. I want like a full closure of this whole Resident Evil timeline. Fuck, if you're just going to keep doing it, fine by me. I will play those games when they're on Game Pass or PlayStation Plus. But besides that, I don't want to have anything to do with it. Then also, another one I'm kind of excited for is this one. Metroid Prime 4. And I think it's on the Switch 1. Or no, Metroid Prime 5, maybe. Let me look it up here. New Metroid Prime. Here we are. It's not what I wanted. There we are. All right, hold on. Nintendo, don't sue me, goddammit. All right, let's play it. That's cool. That looks amazing. And we're going to get a Metroidvania game. We have to. Samus getting into a motorcycle. They're giving her a light cycle kind of looking thing. All for it. Love it. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be open world. Yeah, look at this. I'm loving it. Look at it. Oh, that looks so cool. And you can slide through enemies, jump over shit, hop off that way, and then it goes first person. Nice. This is back in September, but I'm just showing the trailer right now. All right, looks pretty. Looks very cool. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's very, very sad that like it took this long for this. This comes at or they're getting all that. Let's see it's coming out, or it already came out 10 days ago. So we shall see. But yeah, it's a fucking thing. This though, everybody, is nuts. What I'm about to talk about. We're gonna end the show on this because the season ended for the Michigan State Wolverines. Did not do well, especially against Ohio State. Ohio State beat them in their own, backyard. They protected the M. They did all the things, but all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we get that the head coach of the Michigan State Wolverines, Sherrone Moore, was arrested. I think it was like a week or a couple weeks after losing to Ohio State. And the story kind of it evolved into this fucking weird almost like the dude was fucking like the biggest pimp or fucking alpha in Michigan, thought he had a lot of power, which does happen, especially when you're part of a team that or a part of something so big in the state of Michigan, that when people start loving you because they think you're a fucking god, you can do whatever you want, especially when you beat Ohio State as many times as he has. He, took 6 years for Ohio State to actually beat Michigan in Michigan. And the fall came fast. I mean, this was fucking wild. I don't know why. Fuck you, Wall Street Journal. I'm just trying to get something. Click on. No. Yeah, let's go with New York Post here. And talk about this. Disgraced ex-University of Michigan football coach Sherrone Moore allegedly offered OnlyFans models season tickets in exchange for foursomes. What? Hold on, let me take this part off, pause that. I'll bring that back in a sec. Yeah, because I have ad blocker on. Foursomes at a Houston hotel hours after winning 2024 national championship, which is insane because that also was when they actually had that's when the cheating scandal came out too. Moore supposedly requested to meet OnlyFans model Mia Soretti hours after his team won the big game at the NRG Stadium, January 8th, 2024. Mia, a Wolverine supporter, or a Wolverine super fan, who previously claimed the married father of 3 would send her messages on the Tawdry platform. You have to come on, just say on the porn platform, dog. Look at him. Like, look at this man. This man was a national champion football coach, and then he ends up like this. Revealed the Moore requested to meet her hours after the team won big game. Pretty fucking hot. Not gonna lie. Offered me and 2 other OnlyFans season tickets in exchange for a foursome hotel fun. The coach said he was seeking some non-sexual fun. Hold on, I need to full screen myself right now.
DJ Uncle Firecracker, everybody.
That's not what I want.
George Glasgow.
God damn it.
He looks like he backs up for Uncle Cracker on Kid Rock tours, and I love it.
Hide that. Hide that. Hold on. Non-sexual fun. You're just messaging an OF broad, not expecting to dick them down. What are you going to do to them, Sherrone? Read them the fucking Bible? You going to sit there and watch Veggie Tales? Fucking stupid. Anyway, let's continue. I don't need that advertisement. Moore said was offering me and 2 other OnlyFans season tickets in exchange for foursome, blah, blah, blah. He declined because I'm already rich and can buy my own tickets, Sheila, or I declined because I can buy my own tickets. Good on her. Michigan beat Washington, blah, blah, blah. The pinup further claimed Moore was venting to me about his wife and his side chick, who I'm going to bring up a story after that. Or hopefully it's in here. So, Soretti shared screen grab with reporter Justin Shapiro, which showed Moore sent messenger Friday afternoon, just hours before or just hours after he was released from custody following an arraignment hearing. He is really pissed at me. I'm not the only one that broke the story. The curvaceous, come on. Soretti previously claimed Moore sent her messages on platform during halftime of game against fucking Ohio State on November 29th. The Wolverines were crushed by the Buckeyes in that game 27-9, which they were. This guy's just a scumbag. Moore went ballistic on Wednesday after he was fired from his high-profile job for an affair with an executive assistant, Paige Shriver, who's the side chick, allegedly rushing from Ann Arbor School to her home, where he threatened to kill himself with a knife. He was arrested at a church. Why did you go to a church? Don't do that. Arraigned on Friday and is charged with felony home invasion, misdemeanor stalking, and breaking and entering. This fucking cat is insane. Like, he went from this to losing his job because he had an affair. You won a national fucking title last year. And the cheating scandal with Harbaugh, but you still took Harbaugh's team to the dance and won a national title in 2024. But now, because he couldn't keep his dick in his fucking pants, he's out of a fucking gig. And I saw some people, if it was any fucking coach, if it was Jim Harbaugh doing this and then doing what he did with threatening people with a knife and threatening to kill himself on somebody's fucking lawn, unaliving himself, I would say fire the fucking crazy bastard, because that's what needs to happen. That's what needs to fucking happen. This guy cannot coach people. I mean, he's a great coach, but he fucked up. He trusted every single piece of himself that was wrong. Would I do the same thing in his position? Fucking maybe. Who knows? I'm not saying I'm not above reproach on this, but it is wild to me that people came to this fucking psycho's defense. Makes no sense. I mean, he was the one who fucked up. Own your fucking shit and be a person. It's all we ask in this society. Be a normal, functioning person who doesn't threaten other people or themselves because they can't handle the fact that they got caught. Life got you, brother. Sorry. It's just how it is. But, like, the fact that Sherrone Moore got one, just was fucking around with an executive assistant, which is always the case with power guys, no matter who they are. He had the world by the balls. He was a former national champion at Michigan, at the University of Michigan, whooping Ohio State until last year when they lost, until November when they lost 27-9. But still, you had the world by the balls, Sherrone. You fucked up, dog. You trusted every bad instinct you had, and you let the success get to your head instead of fucking actually being a normal man and shutting your fucking mouth and just fucking your assistant. Like, it's amazing to me, the fact that these guys think that they're just going to get away with it. It's hilarious. It really is. It's adorable. And now he's in jail. And, you know, he's out of a fucking job. So we'll follow more of this. But the fact that he was like fucking around, trying to fuck OnlyFans chicks, his executive assistant, you're doing too much, my guy. You're doing too much. So that's all I got to say about that. If we have any updates as of next Sunday or 2 weeks from now, because I won't be here on the 21st. I'll be driving back, ironically, from the Ohio State University for graduation. I'm going to be down there for that. But yeah, so that's that. This guy, he had the world by the dick, and he decided to just stick it in his ass and think it wasn't going to fucking do anything. It amazes me when guys do this shit because you're one of the most powerful dudes in the world at that point in the state of Michigan, you're one of the most powerful dudes in the state of Michigan, and you fuck it up. And there's legal weed in Michigan. My God, man. Stupid fucking people. All right, kids. I think it is time. Uploaded wherever you watch the show afterwards. I go live every single Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to join me live, wherever, if you get a notification, click it, comment, like, and if you're new to everything, follow and share me. Appreciate everybody for watching this weekend. Got a lot of people watching. Especially yesterday. You guys make this a lot more fun, as always. And I just want to let you guys know, I always say this because I always mean it. It's sort of the ending of the show saying that I have, which is no matter where you are in life, if you think somebody has it better than you, if you think that your life isn't really up to what a standard you think it is, I only have one saying for you, and it's that everybody gets bugs, no matter what. Everybody gets bugs. Thank you guys very much. Y'all have a great night. This has been the Ray Hyclak Show. We'll see you next Sunday, everybody.